NBA season is in high gear, and we are so glad to have you here with us on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. My companions are Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. It's the Cleveland Cavaliers at Quicken Loans Arena. For the Cavaliers, another really high-quality season being played by a team that we've come to expect nothing less from. There they are, top spot in the East. And the topic here, prior to tip-off, so many teams in the league going up-tempo these days. Kenny, as a player, did you like that style? I'm assuming you had to love it.
Because the one thing about playing up-tempo, Ernie, it brings you back to the roots of the game, why you started playing. If you ever go to a pickup game, you ever go to a park game, no one's stopping play and calling plays. They're going up and down. The big fella Shaq, when he first came into the league, the first thing I saw was him grab the ball coast to coast in the All-American game. That's what players want to do and people want to see.
You know, that was a great example, Kenny, but towards the end of my career and most of my career, I was honestly more of a half-court player. I was pretty fast for my size, but my strength was my biggest edge. In the half-court, barbecue chicken alert. I had to put that work in, Ernie.
That about wraps it up for here. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again later.
That's the fifth barbecue chicken.
Here at Quicken Loans Arena in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. It's the home of the Cavs, live on 2K Sports. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. They'll play this one here in Cleveland before the Cavaliers head back on the road. After dropping the first 3 games of the season, they need to turn it around.
And I think for the Cavaliers, they've been taking no prisoners here in the early part of the season. It's been a very fast start and a lot of focus for this group.
And Greg, for me, the quick start and the focus affirms the fact that this team is one of the dominant teams in the league.
All right, ready to go? Ready to go?
So Cleveland will get the first possession. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Lillard at the point with C.J. McCollum playing the 2. Plumlee out there with Vonleh. And it's Aminu in at the 3 spot. James, no good. Well, LeBron had kind of a slow start to his season. His return to Cleveland last year.
Yeah, he got off to a bit of a slow start. He had some things turned around, and LeBron was eventually able to get the clubhouse atmosphere where he wanted.
Here's Vonleh. No luck, and Cleveland will come the other way. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
And one of the factors, Kevin, that really hurt them in that game, the lack of success at the foul line. We all know how much those free throw woes can cost you.
And it gave those opposing fans a boost every time another foul shot clanged off the rim. I mean, that's an easy way to get the home crowd in your grill.
That's good.
And that atmosphere that LeBron was after, I mean, he described it as wanting a family-like atmosphere.
Now here's Williams, hoping to put that miserable performance against Miami behind him tonight. Mozgov with the bucket.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
Passes it to Plumlee, 11 feet away, and the shot is long.
And to touch on the Cleveland atmosphere, you know, you could see as the season unfolded, it became a big part of what LeBron was able to accomplish in Miami, starting to work itself into that roster.
Here's Lillard, following the basket by LeBron James. Plumlee with a screen on Smith. Here's McCollum. Lillard with no one around. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper.
It is so hard to contain him. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
Here's Williams. Shot is off. Good work defensively by Lillard. Trailblazers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
Feeds to Aminu. Lillard against Williams. From 11 feet away, Lillard misses.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Williams with a clean look. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
Trailblazers trail by 4.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
And he gets it to go. And that's now 7 points for Damian Lillard. Cavaliers have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Mozgov wide open. He fires. Again, the Cavaliers score.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
The shot's good from Plumlee.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
From deep, Williams. That's good. Williams has got 7 points in the game. Trailblazers trail by 4. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, guys, Terry Stotts had a few moments to share with me. The one player on his mind in this matchup, Kevin Love. And it's not for his scoring ability, but for the harm he can do to a team on the backboard. You saw what he can do to teams if he goes unchecked, Coach said. We don't want to let him get up and get over 20 or 30 rebounds on us. And to do that, we got to check him out each time a shot goes up. Guys, easier said than done.
All right, Doris, thanks. Portland with the ball, following the score by Cleveland. Lillard dishes to Vonleh. Pops loose off the pick and hammers it home.
Well, I'd have to say Lillard is one of the game's best passers right now.
And guys, what I like about Damian Lillard, very decisive with the ball in his hands, always in attack mode. He keeps it hopping, and he has a killer instinct in the clutch.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Cavaliers. And for Lillard, he keeps the ball moving, as Greg is talking about. Clarkie keeps his teammates involved.
Very proficient in the pick and roll, understands the nuances of looking at weak side defenders and getting to the free throw lane for the roll man. He knows all the tricks to make that pick and roll really successful.
For the Cavaliers, Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. James Jones comes in for LeBron. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Mo Williams. Portland also making some changes. Leonard, he's checked in for Plumlee. Davis comes in for Vonleh. And Krabs subbed in for McCollum. Looking at Portland, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And no matter how well you defend, when you shoot that poorly, it's going to be a very difficult challenge for you to get a win.
Yeah, there was sort of a snowball effect in that game too, guys. I mean, what started as a cold night for a few guys turned into a cold night for just about everybody.
Here's Lillard. Tristan Thompson picking up that last bucket. And Lillard kicks to Davis. Shot is no good. Good D by Love. Cleveland leading by 6. Here's Jones. Lillard with the rebound.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
Yeah, at this level, you got to make that shot. It's plain and simple. You got to knock that one down.
Assistant, Ed Davis.
And the Cavaliers with possession here. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Portland.
And really, this is a team that expects to beat everyone when they step on the floor, but they were only able to split the series last year.
And you look at how they match up. Certainly, you could see them losing, but you would still expect them to come away with 2 wins.
Here is Lillard following the three-pointer by Kevin Love. And it's Dellavedova missing. Fast break. Grab the pass to Lillard. He kicks it to Aminu. Back to Lillard. Puts it up from 12. And there's Davis. That's good on the assist by Lillard. Lillard's got 4 assists now tonight. The Cavaliers leading. Smith dishes to Jones. From the wing. Misses off the left iron. Here's Crabbe. Lillard has the open look. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
It's like everybody is in a rhythm right now. Incredible stuff here early on.
Both teams playing downhill. You know, coaches say that all the time. You want to play downhill. Well, at some point you think somebody's got to cool off in this one, right?
And now a chance to hear from point guard Damian Lillard as he explains his stoic demeanor on the floor.
I was taught to, never let anybody see how you feel. I kind of just embraced it, for my entire life. Just, you wouldn't know if something was going on in my life or not, because as long as I'm taking care of business and doing what I need to be doing, that's all that matters.
I would say, Clark, we probably shouldn't expect to see Lillard starring in any reality shows about his personal life.
I think that would be accurate. I mean, Lillard is a young man who is all about taking care of his business and doing what he needs to be doing. I mean, his reality is trying to live up to the expectations for him in Portland.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And from what we've seen from the Cavaliers, what do you guys see?
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Yeah, and, it's been a tempo that they like, and they're getting some easy buckets in transition here.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter to play. On the floor for Portland, Harkless is out there with Myers-Leonard. Then it's Allen Crabbe. Then there's Plumlee, and it's McCollum in at the point guard.
And guys, last season was a painful one for Anderson Varejao. He had finally shaken the back injury that sidelined him the year before, signs the multi-year contract extension with the Cavs. Things were starting to look up, but only 3 weeks later, he tears the Achilles and was ruled out for the season. You talk about a tough break.
There's the pick. McCollum kicks to Leonard. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number one for them right now. The defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. He doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchups.
Yeah, I agree with you, because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. Let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened in on what Terry Stotts had to say in his huddle. He laid out their priorities for them, which began with his admonition that offensively, they attack the basket at every opportunity. The other thing he stressed was the need to be disciplined on offense. He asked for good ball movement and good shot selection. Well, Coach not wasting any time in tweaking the game plan. We'll see if it makes a difference as we approach halftime, Kevin.
And thanks for that story, Doris. And he gets the bucket. Varejão's got the lead up to 7 now for the Cavs.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
As magical as the 2014 playoffs were for the Blazers, remember they beat Houston in that first round, that great shot by Lillard late to win it and move on. 2015, not as much. Greg, they drew a very tough Memphis team as you recall in the first round.
Yeah, you often talk about styles making fights very similar in this series. They would go on to drop the first 3 games before being bounced, but still a good showing for a team that struggled mightily down the stretch with injuries.
Now McCollum. Mo Williams missing from long range. Plumlee with a screen on LeBron. McCollum passes to Plumlee. Here's Vonleh. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback.
Yeah, and if you look at it, had they been converting those second chances all along instead of waiting until now, who knows? And, you know, just as you said, Portland ended up losing in 5 after taking 1 game, and that was game 4. Just had a hard time breaking down the Memphis defense.
Just 4 to shoot. Here's Henderson. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And it's Williams again missing.
Another loss for the Blazers when they were the 4 seed, as you mentioned. As a franchise, they have lost in the first round every time they have ended up as the 4 seed. Not exactly a good position for them to be in. That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they were bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being, as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
And those mid-season trades for the Cavs really turned things around. Mozgov came in, J.R. Smith and Shumpert secured that 2 spot, gave this team an incredible edge defensively.
Mozgov, he's checked in for Verejao. Love comes in for Jefferson. J.R. Smith's checked in for Jared Cunningham. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Mo Williams. Portland also making some changes. Davis is checked in for Plumlee. Aminu comes in for Noah Vonleh. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for McCollum.
Yeah, and, you know, they built the roster to how they played best midseason. I mean, it was a great job, I think, by the front office to get the players that fit best into the locker room and into the team style of play.
Here's Lillard after the basket by Timofey Mozgov. Lillard attacking. It's hauled in by LeBron. LeBron's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Smith wide open. He fires. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova.
And you can see the difference with their ability to win with their speed, guys.
Boy, I love the pace and flow that their open court offense has been played with. I mean, it's been humming quietly, but very efficiently.
And James pulls it down. Smith dishes to LeBron. And there's another one for the Cavaliers.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
To the middle. Shot is good, and the Cavaliers' lead cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Henderson.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter. Well, there you go. I mean, if they're going to keep giving up open jumpers, they're going to keep getting burned.
Lillard with it. 23 points for him the last game against Milwaukee.
And also, his assist total tells you about the job he did of keeping his head up and keeping his teammates involved.
Agility leads to thievery there as he's got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And Clark, that's been the story of this game so far. I mean, they cannot hand over any more easy points in the open floor.
Here's Harkless following the score by Cleveland. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. No good from outside. Cleveland leading by 12. And here comes Smith leading the fast break. Had the opportunity on the break, but couldn't sink the three. Now here's Lillard. Here's Davis. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Davis has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
And so we wrap up the first half. Cavaliers lead by 10. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Thanks for joining us. A pumped up home crowd is our backdrop for this halftime analysis. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 12 points, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds. His opening period tonight, right on par with his performance last game out, which was outstanding. What'd you think, Shaq, about Cleveland?
Well, it was an unselfish, team-oriented half of basketball. The ball never stopped moving. Their offense had a great flow to it. It prevented anyone from getting lazy out there. They're always moving, cutting, knowing where they need to pass the ball, Ernie.
Kenny, let's get your insight on Portland.
Well, they're facing a very hot team in the first half. I mean, guys are shooting the ball lights out. But you have to do more to get stops. I mean, tough defense is the key. If you put pressure on the ball and more bodying up down low, that's going to establish more aggressive tone that might shut them down in the second half.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is just about to get started. Now back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We will see you later.
And now the third quarter about to get going. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And, Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
Seems every season, Clark, you hear the same thing. Portland Trailblazers had to deal with some tough injuries.
Kevin, it appears as though it might actually be a curse. I don't like to use that word, but the history of this team in injuries is as unique as any in the league. Last year, no different.
LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Mo Williams out there with Smith. And it's Mozgov in at the 5 down low. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Lillard outside. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
And with the Blazers and injuries, even when they fought through pain, guys weren't at 100%. Aldridge wasn't quite the same with his hand injury. And we've seen him do that before. Batter a defense by just exploding to the basket.
Trailblazers trail by 10. Dishes it to McCollum. Plumlee with a screen on Williams. And Lillard kicks to Vonleh, and he bangs it home with one hand.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
And he gets it to go.
And losing Matthews for the season was huge, too, guys. I mean, every team goes through injury woes and bumps during the course of the season, but the Blazers just seem to be, at least in the last half dozen years or so, hit very hard every year.
You know, it was a bit of a roller coaster year for Mo Williams. I mean, he had that 50-point breakout game, but then later traded away to the Hornets.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. And, of course, Mo Williams, Clark, shipped to the Hornets for their playoff push and helped out there.
I thought overall, Kevin, Mo had a really strong year given his age. Probably his most productive season since his early 20s.
let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, over the break, I listened in on what Terry Stotts had to say in his huddle. He told his guys that their offense needed to run through Lillard. Coach asked him directly to take the reins of their offense. He wants him to have a huge impact at that end of the floor for the rest of this game. He said also that their offense needs to be a patient one. He told them, don't rush things. Use as much of that shot clock as you need to. Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half. And Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
All right, Doris.
He sniffed out that board and then powered it back in.
Pure Mike Clark, so strong going back up with that one.
Playing to his strength, too, guys. That's what he's capable of.
And the Cavaliers call time here. Mason Plumlee will really put it on you. Tough, hard-nosed player, has the size to bang and the athleticism, GA, to run the court.
And it's interesting, Kevin. His game translated better as a professional than maybe as a collegiate. I mean, he's a guy that's a lunch pill kind of player. Rolls up his sleeves, focuses in, and willing to do the dirty work.
Excellent point about the comparison college to pro. I think you're right on. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Myers Leonard, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Alan Crabb comes in for Al Farouk Aminu. The Cavaliers leading by 8.
And, you know, back to Plumlee, he showed steady improvement last season, improved statistically in just about every category over his rookie year. He could become a little less mechanical with his postgame. I think he could even go higher.
And Leonard gets it to go.
You know, what an advantage he brings to this offense, guys. I mean, being able to drain the three ball, that really can spread a defense and extend the defense as well.
LeBron.
They are on fire right now. That's 4 straight makes. You know, one thing about Plumlee, going back, he's been a tremendous rebounder. He can shoot over 60% from the field for you. However, he was a terrible free throw shooter last season, under 50%, which caused at least a couple teams to employ a little hack-a-Mason strategy.
And the basket by McCollum.
There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
Now here's Williams. 11 points in the game. There's the dish to Love. Trying to get open is Thompson. And Kevin Love, the bucket with the assist by Williams.
I'm waiting for the fire alarm to go off the way they've come out blazing in the second half. That's 5 straight makes.
Nobody near Leonard. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. The Cavaliers leading by 7. James. And again, it's Cleveland.
Boy, that mid-range jumper is a beautiful thing to have in your bag, and they've had it going today.
And some say it's a lost art, but they're getting excellent results with it tonight.
Plumlee, no luck.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And LeBron throws it down.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
Lillard attacking. Pass to Plumlee. Back to Lillard. Plumlee with the screen. Here's Crabb. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got assist number 11 for him here tonight. Cleveland's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Here's Williams. And it's Portland with the rebound.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
McCollum kicks to Lillard. They get the rebound. To the wing right side. From past the arc. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land. giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
And guys, Myers Leonard really showing signs of progress in last season. Huge steps forward for the big man.
And you know, progress is all about confidence with young players. I mean, his shooting percentages were remarkable when you look at the fact that 50, 40, 90, 50%, 40%, 90% for a 7-footer, unheard of, and he's in that neighborhood.
Lillard attacking. Love grabs the board. 2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
That's a 2 from Smith. And another miss by Cleveland.
You know, I think Myers Leonard really finding his niche as a stretch big man. And I think with his size and athleticism, the Blazers had envisioned him making his mark in the paint. But the way he's shooting, though, that they're not going to complain nor try to limit his impact on the game.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
Here's Williams. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And it's a 9-point Cavalier lead.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick-fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
And he drains the 3, but let's see. They may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time. Well, we thought the third quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the buzzer.
And even though, you know, you're thinking maybe we don't need the replay in a situation like this, still plenty of time left in this game, and really it's about getting the call right.
Yeah, and the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing up the footage for the officials on the floor. The new process is making for quicker turnarounds, I think.
And they've seen enough. The basket will not count. The quarter has come to an end before the shot.
Still important to have a second look at it, Kevin. I mean, the technology's available, so you might as well use it.
Absolutely. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. Cavaliers ahead, up by 6. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. The Cavaliers leading by 6. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth. We've got Mo Harkless. Al Farouk Amino is out there with Davis. Then it's Henderson. And it's Lillard in at the point. Davis sets a screen. Lillard attacking. Kicks to Amino. Just his first attempt. No good off the back of the rim. And the Cavaliers with possession here. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
And really, there is no resistance defensively right now. It is just far too easy.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Cleveland.
They've knocked down plenty of mid-range jumpers in this one. That's been big for them.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Hit some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
And tired legs affect you at the defensive end first, and that's what we're seeing here.
You called it, Greg. As much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Lillard, the pass to Harkless. Lillard outside. 5 on the clock. Henderson, no good. Cleveland leading by 7. Here's Cunningham. It's on target from the high post.
Fellas, that's been a go-to shot for him today.
Yeah, and they found that sweet spot in the defense. And it's right between the paint and the three-point line. And, boy, have they been rock solid.
And that one's good by Anderson.
Assist from Damian Lillard. Cavaliers timeout.
And the Cavaliers call time here.
And one thing about Damian Lillard, for as much as he handles the ball, for as much as he pushes the action, he doesn't turn the ball over. I mean, surprising for a young, aggressive point guard, but this guy plays wise beyond his years.
And you know, Clark, another important point regarding Lillard, for as aggressive as he has been going to the basket, he's extremely durable. He's been terrific in terms of health.
He's been an every gamer throughout his young
Isn't
career.
that something?
That is
Yeah.
remarkable. Unusual in today's NBA for sure.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, over the break, I listened in on David Blatt's huddle. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. Jefferson's checked in for Jared Cunningham. Henderson against Jefferson. Inside, here's Love. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the season would be one where Kevin Love played a different role, saw his numbers decline, but that was, I think, especially with LeBron and Kyrie, much better players than he ever had in Minnesota. That was to be expected.
It's a great point, Kevin. And Love dropped about 10 points per game in terms of his output. The field goal percentage as well as three-point percentage was down, but still, he traded it all to be on a winning team. And I really feel like his numbers will start to go up as he makes the adjustment to playing with great players.
Good point.
And, you know, for Love last season, we knew he'd be in a supporting role to LeBron. You put any player next to LeBron, and he automatically becomes some kind of role player.
Both free throws good from Kevin Love.
And thinking back to Love and his numbers last year, we saw the same thing from Bosh when he played with LeBron. Love and Bosh had similar reductions in scoring, but both were still great players, and they both have the ability to adapt and impact the game in other ways.
Mozgov with the bucket.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Inside. Shot is good, and the Cavaliers' lead cut down to 7 points thanks to the hoop from Davis.
Really good example there of some fine interior passing before that basket.
Jefferson's shot is off.
It would have been something to see if he could hit that shot from that deep.
Greg, you know it. I know it. There aren't very many guys that can hit from out there. But he is one of them. That's the kind of range he has.
Dellavedova dishes to Mozgov. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
To the inside. Here's Davis. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Mozgov's shot is off. Trailblazers trail by 7. Lillard outside. Down low. Here's Von Lay. It's good. With that basket, he's now 5 for 9.
Loose D here. Critical stretch. I mean, you're better off sending them to the free throw lines than to have them get that good a look.
Got that one up quick. And the Cavaliers lead by 7.
Sometimes folks forget about his decent mid-range jumper. He can knock those down all game given a chance.
And Aminu kicks to Lillard. Can't get it to go. And Cleveland the other way now. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And it's Jones, that time on the assist by Jefferson. Jefferson's got his 3rd assist on the night. Trailblazers have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Over to the left wing. Lillard attacking. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
A different look now for Cleveland. James checked in for James Jones. Smith comes in for Jefferson. And it's Williams in for Matthew Dellavedova. Portland also making some changes. Plumlee comes in for Davis. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Gerald Henderson. The Cavaliers leading by 6. Williams attacking. And he lays it straight in.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They trail by 8. There's 1:47 left to play in the final quarter. Plumlee with a screen on Williams. He used that pick just right. 22 points for Lillard.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
And such a steady hand. I mean, he's one of those guys that's really allowed them to take the lead.
Well, he's just so reliable and dependable and consistent, especially here today. I mean, his shooting percentage is off the charts.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're losing by 8. There's 1:38 left in the game. To the paint, here's Plumlee. Mozgov with the block.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team. Most of the time, that shot will go down. Well, the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
Out of bounds, Portland takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark. .106 left in the fourth. Now the feed to Vonleh from 13, and he banks that one home. Well, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
Cavaliers are gone 8 of 11 from the field in the final period. Great shooting down the stretch.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Portland's gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them. Lillard, the pass to Plumlee. It's good! And now they trail by just 4.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball, in rhythm.
Williams attacking. Second shot opportunity. And the nice bucket inside from Mozgov.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
Plumlee with the screen. We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Clock at 6. The pass to McCollum from deep three-point range. It's hauled in by LeBron. And that's an intentional foul.
That's his first personal foul.
And so they foul intentionally.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Cleveland, Mo Williams. 2 shots.
Shoot two.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. He's able to hit the second one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Now a timeout called by Portland. They're trailing by 7. There's 14 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
Can't get the ball in, you have another timeout. Use it if you need it.
I just don't see a scenario that's going to get them back in.
Yeah, who knows what he's drawing up in there, maybe working on a play for down the road in another game, but whatever it is, it's too late for this one.
The 3 from McCollum. Offensive rebound. Lets it go from deep. And James pulls it down. Stolen by Henderson. So we see the Cavaliers get the win here. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, and they got pushed down the stretch, but they did what they needed to do and held their ground when it mattered most. Got the W.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron, tell us a bit about the energy out there tonight. It seemed like there was plenty of intensity on the floor.
We knew that today was going to have that type of feel. It's two teams that have the same aspirations, and that's winning the NBA championship. So it's a great game. It went down to the wire, and we gave our beautiful fans a great show today, and it was fun.
Thank you for the time, sir. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. And Ernie Johnson is still in the building, folks, for the postgame show. Coming up next,
the 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.
Well, he came to rescue the team tonight, Ernie. Things were getting desperate for him, and the consecutive losses kept mounting. But he put him on his back, and he responded exactly the way he needed to.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunity. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.